today. So basically, a humble family, very happy family, and to the glory of God, my father and mother are still very much alive, hale and hearty. They live in Shagam. I am from Ogbomoso actually, so that's Oyo State, Ogbomoso. So both parents are from Ogbomoso.
What should pastors do with their children? Because these days, children are going the other way, not listening to parents, and pastors' children are also children too. So what should pastors do about their children, and how do you think they can mentor their children with the society business?
So I think pastors should allow their children be children. Don't put so much pressure on them. For me, it was God that helped me not to turn out wayward, because God himself was the one that worked on me. But if by the way I was brought up was the way I wanted to react, with the little freedom I got, I could have turned out to be something else, because I want to enjoy myself, have fun, since they were no longer, the ones caging me. But thank God I was able to engage that discipline by myself. But I would advise parents, one thing you can also do for your children is let them understand your ministry. Let them understand why they are pastors' children. Let them understand why a premium has been placed on them. Because now my parents were doing ministry, but I didn't really understand. All I knew was that they would get home and put a lot of pressure on me. So maybe the pressure too was from the church members. Maybe they were also pressured, and because it was a Methodist church, they had to pay so fee back to the diocese, so they had a lot of pressure every now and then. But can parents please separate their ministry from their family life? Let your children enjoy a proper family life. Now, in our growing up, we never really had private family moments because there were always church members around. So I was not even free enough to talk to my dad. You won't believe that when I started my menstruation, I was afraid to talk to my mom because I was scared that she would say maybe I was sleeping around or maybe a boy. I'm telling you, I was afraid. So eventually, she found out by herself, and then the next thing she was going to say, if you allow any boy touch you, you are getting pregnant. So I feel that is not the way to go. And besides, this generation is totally different from our own generation. The children these days, they see the information online, they know everything. So I think as parents, you should sit them down, talk to them as adults, let them understand that, see, the reason why I want you to do this is for your own future. And once they understand, I'm sure that they will feel better about it. But please don't put unnecessary pressure on your children. Allow them enjoy their childhood. They will grow up eventually and they will understand everything you were trying to communicate to them.
They should separate the ministry from the home.
Yes,
and run it differently.
Let the children enjoy. Of course, this does not mean the children should also be a part of the church, but just find a way to separate it. Even church members should know that because they are church members doesn't give them a right to treat pastors' children anyhow. Because guess what? Then, because the pastors, the aunties in church then knew that my mom would not mind, they would beat me, scold me for any little mistake I made. Whereas other people's children, they won't do that to them. So it affected my self-esteem. At the time in my life, I had low self-esteem because whenever I did any little mistake, everybody's shouting on me, spanking me, beating me in the children's church. Why? I'm a pastor's daughter. So
I should be an example.
Yeah, exactly, to other children. So please don't put pressure on your children if you are pastors watching this video too.
I want to know why you went for public health in school. Why?
The reason I chose public health is because right from growing up, now I'm going to give credit to my mom. My mom had always ensured that we ate healthy. So vegetables, fruits were compulsory in my home when growing up. In fact, we used to take fruits to school. It could be orange, it could be apple, watermelon. She used to ensure. So I felt, if this thing is what has helped us, growing up, I never really had reason to be in the hospital, except for a few times when I was in boarding school and the water there and all of that. But we were the change of environment, but we were healthy children. So I felt, if this thing could help me when my parents were raising me, so how about me when I begin to raise my own family? So that was one of the things that prompted me into public health. And because I've had cases where people suffer from some diseases, ailments that could be corrected by nutrition. So I felt, if I cannot become a doctor, let me do something close to medicine. And the option that was close was nutrition. But if I tell you the truth, I sincerely wanted to be a doctor, but I was not able to.
You are in that line.
Exactly, I was not able to become a doctor, and now I'm doing nutrition. So that's
so did you enjoy it, or are you enjoying it?
Absolutely yes, because it's now a lifestyle for me. So I'm not doing nutrition as something I just want to talk about, but because it's something I practice myself. So when I tell people take infused water, I'm taking infused water. When I say people take smoothies, I'm taking smoothies. So it's a lifestyle. You know, there are some jobs that you do that are not relatable.
Yeah.
You know, people that maybe, I'm just apologies to people who are data analysts, for instance. You just sit in front of a computer, no human interaction, it's not applicable to you. I don't enjoy jobs like that, but I enjoy jobs where you meet people, like what we're doing now. You know, you talk to people, converse with them, you recommend meal plans for them, diet for them, and eventually they
make
come
it practical.
Exactly. And then they come to you and they are so grateful for, you know, what you have helped them do and the result that they have gotten from that action.
Let's go into your other line, which is real estate.
Yes.
Now, can you tell us why you shifted from being, okay, let me say you are shifting.
Yes,
Let me put it that way,
yes.
because you are still a professional.
Yes.
So why are you shifting from public health nutrition to becoming a real estate?
My response would be simple. Now, there's something we call root Abeokuta in Yoruba. That means a woman that can die for her husband. So for me, you know, becoming a real estate consultant started after I met my husband. So my husband is a developer. He sells real estate properties, lands, and homes, you know, Lagos, Abeokuta, and even Abuja. And when I got married, initially I was not so passionate about it. But eventually, you know, when you begin to move with somebody, you learn more about what they do, then you just begin to gain more passion about that thing. And that was how I started. So I sold my first land it was even a family member then, and I realized, oh wow, and there's money in this thing. To be honest, money is also one of the reasons. So in addition to the passion, which is
the main reason anyway.
Exactly. So because the passion really is because I get to solve problems for people. Now I have people in the diaspora who want to buy properties back home, but they don't have anybody to trust. In fact, some of them, they've sent home to family members and they were disappointed. They've sent money for houses, and by the time they come back home, they see that the house is still a carcass level. In fact, maybe not even in the area they expected. So many people have been broken-hearted abroad, and they say, oh, we need people that can represent us back home here in Nigeria, help us secure our property and manage it efficiently. So that was one of the responses, you know, that my own service has been as a real estate consultant. And of course I started, you know, providing solutions to people as regards housing deficit, and secondly, it makes me good money. To be honest, I can be right here seated, and this is me saying this in all humility, just on my phone I can do millions transactions worth millions of naira without lifting a finger. But of course, if I want to nutrition, I'm passionate about it, but I have to talk, I have to do some brain work, a lot of stress. I have to do a lot of calculation, you know, write meal plan for people, or somebody that wants to be
and do the measurements.
Exactly. Somebody that wants to add weight is a different meal plan. Somebody that wants to lose weight, it has to do with a lot of mental work. In fact, sometimes we have to take our patients to hospital to do some tests for them before we can recommend. But for real estate, you don't even need to see me. Just from wherever you are,
just tell me what you want.
Tell me what you want. And then I have built beautiful relationships. I say this confidently, there's no country I go to in the world right now, or let me say the countries that Nigerians go, maybe the UK, US, Australia, some of those countries, there's none of them I'll visit in the world right now without having somebody that I know because of properties, connections. So in fact, some of them say, if you're just, whenever you are coming to any country, just let me know. I will be glad to host you. And for me, I believe that is beautiful and divine. You know, having people everywhere in the world where they are saying, you can come to my home, come and stay with us, we'll be willing to host you. I feel that's powerful. And my mantra for my real estate is, we are big on relationships. It's much more than the transactions. It's much more than selling and buying, but the relationship that we build, and it's due to the experience that I make them have, you know, during their procurement period.
I can see that you are very passionate about this.
Thank you. I am.
You are very passionate. Now I want to go to your husband's side.
Okay.
He is a developer and a pastor.
Yes.
He pastors a church.
Yes.
That means you're a pastor's wife.
Yes.
And you're a pastor's daughter.
Yes.
So why did you go for a pastor?
To be honest, I was one of those ladies who used to say I will never marry a pastor. To be honest, I was one of those ladies. But the thing is, my husband had not started ministry when he met me.
Okay.
So he was like an assistant pastor in his church, but he had not started his own ministry. So when we met and we started talking, and he said, "Hey, Ife, I'm thinking of starting my own church." Start what? No,
I don't want a pastor.
Exactly. I don't want a pastor. But you know, when you have gotten into a relationship with somebody so deep, and you know that this is God's will for you, you have become so close, your family members have begun to know each other, and of course you love each other. Sometimes you just make compromises and say, God, if it's your will, then let it be done. But I remember telling him that my husband, I am not going to be the regular pastor's wife. I am not a pastor's wife that wants to be caged. I'm not a pastor's wife that wants to, just...
You don't want to be yaya.
Exactly. I don't want to be... You can say I'm carrying my wig, I'm doing my makeup, I'm doing my hair. I am not that kind of pastor's wife that you say, sit down somewhere. Many pastors' wives, they don't work. And this is not to please, I'm not saying this to dishonor or disregard anybody. But I'm just saying, I'm not that kind of pastor's wife who wants to be chained, or who wants to be caged somewhere. I'm a pastor's wife who wants to explore. I want to have the opportunity to travel the world, to meet people, to do stuff with my life. Because guess what? Apart from the church members waiting on me, I also have a family waiting on me, and I don't want to put them to shame. My family members have invested so much in my life. And then there's something I would like to talk about. So my mom, when growing up, I'd seen her go through a lot of humiliation.
As a pastor's wife.
Exactly, as a pastor's wife. And why? I feel it's because she didn't have economic power. I feel because she was not capable on her own to do stuff for herself. So I feel a lot of church members, maybe women who were top women in their places of work, executives, they could trample on her, say all sorts of things to her. My dad would not even move a finger. Why?
Because he's a pastor.
Exactly. So, and I don't want to be that kind of pastor's wife. So that was one of the things that inspired me to say, I'm a pastor's wife who is going to make a living for herself. Dear woman, I would like to advise you, you need to have your own. You see, many times people say, oh, because of motherhood, because of marriage, because of this, they are not able to make their own money. But I can tell you, in this age and time, once you have a phone, you can even work from home. So please, women, don't allow anything limit you. And one thing my mentor used to say then is that as a woman, you can have it all. You can be a woman who is happily married, raise 4, 5 children if you want to, and still have a job that you're doing. It doesn't have to be a 9 to 5. Thank God for options. There are people who sell stuff online, drop shipping. You don't even need to lift a finger. I have a sister who is doing drop shipping, and she makes nothing less than 100,000 naira every week. And I'm not exaggerating, at least 100,000 naira every week, just from doing drop shipping. So what does she do? She posts products online. She has the suppliers. Then so she will get people who are interested, connect with the supplier, and send to them without stepping out of her house. So all she is doing is being the middleman, and she gets her profit from it. So please, women, find your own money. Find your own rhythm and ride with it. If you have something for yourself, even men will respect you. You see, sorry again to women who are in abusive relationships, but please, if you are watching this and you are in a very abusive or toxic relationship, please leave that relationship. I'm not saying you should divorce, but step out of it and take a break. We heard of a woman who died some days ago, so please just step out of it for a while. So now, I wanted to say that not every woman can be abused in a marriage. Because as a woman, if you have your economic power, one of my mentors, I'll refer to her again, Pastor Funke Felix Adejimo, she will say it's not every woman a man can send out of the house. Because he knows that if he's sending you out of the house, and apologies to the men watching, so he knows that if he sends out of the house, the chair is going, the television is going, the fridge is going. So even by the time he says pack out of my house, you are packing everything. So the house is empty. So why would he tell you to leave the house? So women, please, this is just a proverb to make you understand that you need to make your own money, no matter how little. If it's pure water, you can sell it with all the confidence. If it is biscuit, you can sell it with all the confidence. Add your own packaging to it, and your customers will find you. So am I saying you won't have hurdle in life as a woman? You will definitely have a lot of hurdles. Some of you might be married, some people childbirth, some people even after childbirth, because the life of a mother is so powerful. You are a mother all through your life. All through. People that are grandmothers now their children are calling them to come and nurse. So you're a mother all through your life, and you will always have challenges. But what you need is staying power to be able to stand tough, stand strong during that stormy phase of your life.
Now let's talk about women in particular now. As someone who is almost everywhere, in the church,
Yes.
in the real estate, you meet people, in public health, nutritionists,
Yes.
you meet people. So you meet people virtually every day, new people every day. Do you think women are doing the right thing in society? When we look at the society and we marry it with a family, marry it with how they train their children, and marry it with the maturity they need to train their children. Can you say women are doing the right thing?
So for me, averagely, because of the kind of women that I meet and relate with, wonderful women like yourself,
Thank you.
I think women are doing great stuff for themselves. Now in this age and time, women are no longer allowing themselves to be pushed to the back. Now women are coming out saying, I've got this talent and I want the world to see it. Women are now breaking, shattering roof ceilings and saying, I have a voice. When one of our ex-leaders was saying that women they belong to the other room, but now I can confidently say that women no longer belong to the other room, but they are climbing the roof, shattering the roof ceiling, and women are now heads of ministries, heads of institutions, doing great stuff for themselves. But one thing I would like to talk about as regards women is women should stop competition and now begin to talk collaboration.
Okay.
So can we stop competing? Can we forget competition? Can we now talk about how do we collaborate to do greater stuff? That is the good thing about men. You will see men, they hang out, they go to drink, and they are giving themselves contracts. But women don't do that. Once a woman has an opportunity, she wants to hoard it for herself. No, don't do that. Let's open up opportunities for other women. Let's allow them climb up the ladder of success. Because guess what? If a woman wins, all of us are winning. If a woman is making it, all of us are making it. So let's not just leave the men alone to be, in the top ladder of success.
And keep making all the money.
Exactly. Let's allow ourselves to. So when a woman, you are head of a department, can you allow the younger lady under you? Can you allow her rise? Allow the young ladies to grow. Somebody allowed you to. If they didn't give you the chance, you won't be where you are today. So please, can you allow the younger ladies behind you? Let them come up. Collaborate with them. Don't be a competition. Don't be a stumbling block. And please, let's stop talking ourselves down. Women will go to offices, rooms, meeting rooms, and then they talk down on their fellow female colleague. But hardly would a man do that. Hardly. Rather, let us help them rise up and attain higher levels of success.
Now we want to go for a short break, and after this break, we'll be knowing the favorite of Mrs. Odegbami. Mrs. Odegbami has talked to women about helping each other. Be a woman that will collaborate other women, not women that will bring other women down. So we'll see you after this break. You're welcome back from the break, and we say have Mrs. Ifeoluwa Odegbami on the set of Women and the Society. We'll be talking about her life, her career, what she has been able to do in the society, and how she manages all she has in the society. Let's continue with our favorite. Now, madam, this session is for us to water down the conversation that has been seemingly hard in some way, and we want to know one or two of your favorites, and we want to know your favorite food.
So I have two favorite meals, and the first one, as a proper Ogumosho girl that I am from Oyo State, proudly amala with ewedu, and give me some gbegiri soup, and I'm good to go. If I don't need to put meat or fish, I'm okay. But make sure the gbegiri is there, ewedu and amala. So that's my number one favorite food, and the second one is rice. I can eat rice anyhow with anything. I can eat rice with egusi soup, with eforiro, with stew, with anything, concussion rice, jollof rice, just give me rice and I'm good to go. So those are my two most favorite meals in the world.
You're the first person that will pick two. Two meals as your favorite. Now let's know your favorite attire.
Okay.
The color too. We want to know which one is it, the English wear, the native, and which of the colors.
Oh, okay. For me, I love adire so much. In fact, I would have worn an adire here today, but I had some wardrobe malfunction, so I couldn't wear the adire. So I love adire so much, and that's my favorite. So my adire, I sew it both as English wear and as native wear. So it makes it flexible flexible for me. Sometimes I just sew my skirt and blouse, and sometimes I sew my pants and suits with the adire, and it makes me look really smart. And it's just a very dynamic fabric that I love so much. And because by marriage I have also become an Egba woman, so I love adire so much. Thank you.
Now let's know if you are the Owambe type. Do you like going to parties almost every time, or when you go, what do you do there?
Okay, so for me, I did not used to like Owambe, but because as a pastor's wife, you get invited to a lot of weddings, a lot of naming ceremonies. So now when I go, I have fun while I'm there. Of course, I don't stand up to dance, but wherever I'm seated, have some good food, enjoy the music, and just have a great time. I take lovely pictures, lovely videos, and just make memories with people. So that's what I do when I'm at an
Seems
Owambe.
you like photograph.
Yes, I do. I love good pictures.
Aside selling land, selling homes, and you're telling people the meal plan, what do you do? How do you relax?
Okay, so for relaxing, I love to meet people. I love to talk to people. I love to eat good food, and I love to watch some movie. Just enjoy some movie, especially with my husband. Have a great time, and that's it. So that's what I love to do.
Some people love dancing too. Are you in that category?
No, I can only dance from my seat. Once I get up, the dance doesn't look like it again. So I wish actually that I could dance so well, but I'm not a good dancer, and neither am I a good singer. But I remember when I was growing up, I was forced to be part of the choir, and I'm not a good singer. The best I can sing is when I'm in the bathroom. So I'm not a good singer.
Do you exercise? Do you do?
Oh yeah, I do a bit of exercise, but not actively now. But I do a bit of jogging, skipping. Those are the exercises I do, but I don't do gym. I don't, because it's not convenient for me. So I don't like people seeing you sweating. You're in a room with a bunch of people, and it doesn't work for me. So what I just do is walk in my compound. We have quite a large compound, so I walk around, jog, and then skip. So that's what I do to exercise.
Have you done any sport before now?
Yeah, when I was much younger, high jump. But because my mom, when I was younger, you see, those are one of the challenges. She didn't allow me wear trousers.
Okay.
So I could not do high jump in school. So then I remember I was one of the best high jump students in school, but because my mom said no trousers, so I could not. In fact, there was a competition I was supposed to go for, but because my mom didn't permit trousers.
But now you're wearing them.
Well, it's now too late because I don't have the skills as much as I used to. So I don't have the skill again. But maybe sometime later in future, who knows?
No, age won't permit that.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Odegba.
Thank you so much, Mark. Such a joy. I had a great time.
Thank you so much. That will be all on women and the society. It has been an interesting session with Mrs. Ifeolu Odegbami, and she has been talking to women on what they should do in the society. Set a goal for yourself, put all the energy in pursuing the goal, and everything will come out good for you. And one thing that I, Charity, will add is that be prayerful always, and have a very clean heart towards whatever you want to do. I'll see you again next time. I remain Charity James. Audio Jungle.